Tonight, a stark warning from the FBI saying possibly hundreds of American children are being trapped by predators every week without realizing they're becoming victims.
The criminal is not motivated at all by a sexual desire for additional images. Their true and only motivation is money.
Supervisory Special Agent Barbara Smith runs the Washington Field Office's Child Exploitation and Human Trafficking Task Force. She says in recent months her team's seen a spike of what's known as sextortion, where predators convince children to send explicit images of themselves and then threaten to share the material unless the kids pay up. The FBI shows us how sextortion can appear innocent at first. Two children start chatting, maybe on social media or while gaming. But one of the kids is actually an adult, who authorities say often pretends to be a young girl, tricking teenage boys into doing something explicit as the predator records in secret. That's when the FBI says predators reveal the truth, threatening to blast the vulnerable images to the world unless the victims hand over money. Authorities say reports of these cash-centric demands are becoming more frequent, quote, increasing exponentially, they believe, as the pandemic has forced more social interaction online.
The financial losses are terrible, but the emotional toll this takes on children is pretty high.
The FBI says many of the victims are 14 to 17-year-old boys, but some young men are also being targeted.
This pretty girl befriends you on the internet. She sends you a video of a sexual act, and as a young man, teenage boy, it's very difficult to resist the urge to reciprocate.
If children do fall victim, there's a good chance they'll hide it. The FBI saying the number of cases is severely underreported because of teens' shame. And the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children warns the consequences can be devastating.
We've seen reports come in where children are very depressed, suicidal. There have been cases of sextortion where children have taken their own lives.
So what can children and parents do to protect themselves? The FBI says be skeptical of people you meet online, especially if they suggest moving to another platform. Remember, just because somebody sends you a video or photo doesn't mean that's who they really are. And always be careful about what personal information or images you share.
You want to try to remove some of those barriers and really create that environment where if your child does find themselves as a victim, that they feel comfortable coming to you.
All right, Jesse Kirsch joins us now live from Cleveland tonight. Jesse, you know, what kind of progress, if any, has the FBI made in stopping these kind of predators? Because we know with social media scams, sometimes it takes a while for law enforcement to catch up.
Yeah, Tom, unfortunately, the FBI tells me that they're not able to really arrest many of these predators because it's very difficult, because most of those predators, the FBI says, are operating out of other countries, making it easier for them to lurk in the shadows of the internet. That's why the FBI is imploring people to listen to those warning signs we just talked about and hopefully avoid a sextortion case altogether.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.